It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
To go to Target, I need to re-up on all the stuff that needs to go in the toiletry bag because I refuse to be packing Wednesday night. I so desperately do not want to be packing on Wednesday night.
Me.
Like full ensemble packing. Like, okay, I have to lay all the suitcases out, lay everybody's clothes out, everything. And then I'd be like, fuck, I forgot something. Oh shit, I don't have that. And it's 12 o'clock at night and my flight is first thing in the morning.
I have a solution for you.
What?
Remember when we talked about me and all of my lists, right? I make a list of all of the things that I need to pack, meaning like it'll say Celine and then all the things that ain't packed for Celine. Then it'll say Ciara and then it'll say toiletries, what goes on in toiletries, makeup, soaps, blah, 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 blah. Like that'll trigger the memory. Then outfits. Under outfits, I'll say 3 daytime outfits, 3 nighttime, or however many you need. Shoes, like make a list on your notes and that way you can check off the list.
I do be having the list. And then it'd be like makeup. And then I get over here and I just be like, what do I use every single day to put my makeup on?
Oh hell no, it must be the ADHD.
Are you trying to pack in a carry-on?
No, well I'm probably gonna have one carry-on, one checked bag. But I just forget. Because I'd be like, okay,
I don't remember.
All right, powder.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's always something that I forget. And I'd be like, you use this all the time. Why would you forget this?
Literally, so I literally your makeup routine.
I'm so used to like where things are sitting on my vanity. So it's easy for me to just grab it. But when I pack, because my brain does not work that way, I literally have to be like, okay, here's just the base products. This is just the base, and I have to look at it at least 6 times. Like, okay, you did not miss anything. You have all of your supplies to at least prep your skin. Then we move into the face products. Like, okay, here's the primer, because I'm known to forget primer.
Well,
because then I'd be like, face
you're not
going
to be doing heavy makeup anyway, so it's kind of like, you know.
I'm not. The most it'll probably be is this, and I don't have on foundation today. So
exactly. So
and you know you tan quick. So are you even going to use the foundation?
No, but I got.
What color are you going to be?
I don't know, but I have multiple bronzers. So when in doubt, bronze the hell out of everything. Underpaint, put matte bronzer on, and then put some shit on top to blend it out, make it work. I bought the new Fenty SPF, like the hydrovisor that's tinted. So I bought shade 4 online. Then I went to the store and I actually like put it on my hand and I was like, I don't think I bought the right one. So then I bought shade 5 in the store and I'm just like, Sephora, I might have to take this on my trip, use it, and if it don't work, return it.
Did y'all see the clear Word document girls commenting on the shades of tinted moisturizer that Rihanna put out? Like they were trying it on and they were like, who is this for? And I just was like,
I just giggled. And it was just, like, I just giggled because it just be so ridiculous. And they're like, oh, trust me, like we understand. I'm like, no, you don't. Because yes, you couldn't find a product in this one out of all the products Rihanna has, you couldn't find something to match you in this one line.
That girl.
Now walk around to every other stand in this store and tell me you can't find something for you. So just like shut the fuck up. Everything isn't for you. Isn't that what you tell us? Everything ain't for us?
But literally everything is for them. This is our one thing that like she gets right.
It's like it's tinted moisturizer.
No shade to Rihanna, but them foundations,
it's not perfect.
They don't always get it right. You be having. I remember when I used to wear Fenty when it first came out. I had to wear 2 different foundations in order for it to work. So it's kind of like
one. No bueno. Hated it. But the new version that they came out with, eats.
I feel like the new one,
they got it right.
I sampled it. I feel like it takes it. Like I think she thought she was taking into consideration everybody's undertones, but the formula wasn't wasn't.
Because once it would oxidize, it was like, what is these? Hold on.
Yes. It was the oxidation, but the new one that I don't even think they make the other one anymore. I think they stopped and reformulated it and relaunched it. The new one that they just came out with, that's like it's like a soft matte. It's not oily or anything like that. That one's really good. Like, I found the color instantly. That was the right undertone. It didn't oxidize crazy. And I had walked around with like a swatch of it on my neck and just walked around like that all day. And I did not turn into an Oompa Loompa. So I was like, okay, she got this. And now about the full size. So I have that.
Yeah. I hate looking at so trying to get it right.
Oh, what?
I hate looking orange. Like, why do
Oh, yeah.
I hate looking orange, and then I hate when somebody look like a Ghostbuster.
I'd
rather look like an Oompa Loompa.
Same.
If it's one of the two, I'd rather look like, like I would rather my shit be orange than, because if it's orange, I could add a little blue pigment and I could fix it. When it's just too, yes.
Oh, wow. Y'all know. Same shit since 2015. I'm like,
well, yeah, makeup is only made. No, makeup is only made. There's no brown pigment. It's only red, blue, yellow, white. And ever so often they'll put a drop of black in there.
I need to go watch a video. I don't understand that.
Yes,
color theory.
That's how color theory, Michelle. You can literally put red, blue, yellow, and white pigments on your face and make a foundation color. Yes. That's how that works. So sometimes the shit be having a little too much orange, like a little too much red in there, and that's how we get Oompa Loompa. And it's like, nobody look like that.
But it can always be fixed. So
yes, it can be fixed. So I'm hoping that the second shade that I bought is the right one. And I plan to use that. Like, this is the most you're going to get. Maybe when I go out to dinner at night, a little eyeshadow. Maybe.
I feel like when it's hot, it's like, this is why I have a good skin be coming through.
I don't care about that because I feel like it's hot as fuck in Georgia. And it's humid. So I just be like.
But I'm talking about doing a face every day while you at the beach and all of that. Like, you won't be doing that.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't do that in general, but like it don't bother me to be like, oh, it's hot. Okay. It's hot where I do.
Yeah, for me, it's the humidity. Like,
the sweat.
I don't get hot. I don't sweat. So having my bag.
Have you ever seen Ciara's makeup after 12 hours? The shit still be dry, and I just be like,
that's true.
Well, because I'm oily, but what I've learned is when I keep my skin very moisturized and then use a primer and a little bit of powder, I'm good. Like, even now, I don't have on no makeup. Well, I have on eyebrows and I put a little blush and some lip gloss. That's it. But my face is very moisturized, so I feel like having larger pores, making sure your face is clean and moisturized, it kind of helps with the balancing of all that, for me at least. So, yeah.
I don't know. As soon as I can get rid of my chemical burn, whatever the fuck this is, I'll be happy. Because I'm tired. And I would like
days.
Like, I don't have a makeup. I just have it around here because it was looking a little light skinned. I'm so over it. Everybody got to
You just turn it into Michael. MJ for the MJ.
Not MJ for the MJ.
It really might be vitiligo, and I'm actually annoyed by that because how did that happen? That's very random.
What, isn't it a random thing?
Yeah.
Vita?
Honestly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like some people are born with it, but some people develop it at random times in their life. So, hey.
I'm going to see a new dermatologist, so we shall see.
You know, there's a lot more people with vitiligo than you would think. I can name about like 3 celebrities. Yeah.
That's
besides
sad.
Michael
I
Jackson.
using TikTok as Google, but I mean, what else?
I mean, the search engine works. SEO, listen.
It does work.
Yeah.
You know, Instagram now has a meta search, so it's like doing that same type of.
I get so annoyed when I see that thing pop up. Like, you can never be TikTok. Leave me alone. It's really annoying.
And then when it
I'm gonna
starts
have to upgrade mine.
It starts talking to you, like it'll send you a direct message, whatever you're typing in, with like kind of like AI. So it's like a search, but a search with
like we know this
AI in
we're
it.
looking for.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, it can actually be helpful depending on what you're looking for.
I wonder what kind of data they're collecting, because there's this whole thing about TikTok collecting our data, but what's T, Meta?
The T is that TikTok is not American owned. That's it. Yeah. That's the only issue.
They're like, no, it's ours. We're going to steal it from our people. You can't have it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
Anyway.
A mess.
That's another conversation.
Just a mess. A mess.
I didn't realize my water bottle was mad loud.
At least you're hydrated. I'm so tired. Oh my God.
I'm trying to be hydrated because next week I'm going to be dehydrated. Well, this weekend, and I can't fucking wait.
You're going to be what?
I'm going to be dehydrated.
When she's in New Orleans.
I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah. So I'm trying to hydrate now.
I thought dehydrated is what I heard, and I was like, maybe.
Like dehydrated, but dehydrated. Like people be like hydrate.
I know. I know. But it just caught me off guard that it was just, you just purposely like, I'm going to say it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's me.
Now people going to think you're slow. Don't say that in public. Okay, so do y'all think that group chats like hinder like personal relationships?
I feel 50-50 about it. Yeah. Okay, let me say this. I feel like when I was, I don't want to say younger, but I feel like when I didn't have as much on my plate, I did a better job at like having one-on-one personal relationships with people outside of the group chat. But now the group chats are helpful for me because I can kind of keep tabs on everybody I need to keep tabs on without actually speaking to you directly. There are, of course, still people I speak to directly, maybe not as often as I used to, but at least with the group chat, it's like a touch point. Like, okay, if there is a little vibe or something feels off, you can be like, okay, like I haven't talked to this person in a while. Maybe I should reach out to them. Or, oh shit, I forgot that this person had this going on, but we mentioned it in whatever group chat, whatever the case may be. So I think it's good depending on the reasoning or what the group chat is, but I feel like it can also hinder those one-on-one friendships or relationships because sometimes when I have a lot on my plate, I could really be out of sight, out of mind. Like I could think about somebody, but like I don't think about them enough to reach out because it's like, all right, yeah, they already said something in the group chat. If something was going on, they would have brought it up. Which obviously I know in my mind is not true, but yeah, so it's kind of a little contradictory, but that's really what it is. But I also think, and I know I'm like going on and on because you just sparked so many thoughts with that question. I think within any group chat or group of friends, period, there are always people who are closer to this person or that person. And what I've learned in my old age is that that's okay. In a friend group, everybody's not going to be best friends, especially when it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've also learned that people have group chats with people that they're not even friends with like that. So there's no reason to talk to this person one-on-one because the whole basis of our friendship is this group. So what do I need to talk to you one-on-one for?
I never looked at it like that. I never we friends in a group. So why are we talking separate?
I can give you a good example of this. Y'all know I have my online friends. Teray laughs at me all the time. We have like
you have a fan page?
No, but okay, I have like friends that I have friends that are my friends online that I don't hang out with or know in real life. So would I text you on the side outside of this group chat? No, but like if there's certain things going on, most of the time it's like content creator girls and we talk about like content trends and like tech shit because that's what I'm into. But I mean, they're not my real friends, but they my friends on social media.
But earlier on, I don't remember what podcast you did say that this is something that you wanted to do. So
exactly,
that's good that you have that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just saying, like, oh yeah, you said you want to do that.
Oh yeah, that was it. That's why I'm like, this is a good example of that. Like, I don't need to talk to you hoes outside the group chat. Half y'all don't even know your real name. Okay.
Oh my God. Not at picture.
I know your username. I know your AIM.
Oh my
Lord. AIM.
It's funny. I was listening. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I was listening to the podcast. It was like 3 podcasts ago. It was you and it was just y'all two, and y'all were talking about like overextending yourself and like y'all was talking about a bunch of things, but like that was the topic of the conversation. And I was thinking like, how do I show up in my friendships equally when it's like group chat here or individual here? And just really thinking about like like how my showing up doesn't look like everybody else is showing up, or like how I just assume that people know I love them, right? Like, y'all know I love you, you know I support you. Like, my support might not be I'm getting on the plane or I'm getting on the train or I'm like going broke for something, but I'm cheering you on, I'm calling to check up on you. And like, I think that social media has given us too much access to each other, and like being able to just text somebody. Like a couple weeks ago, my friend was saying how she found letters between her mother and her aunt, and they were like writing each other like, oh, the baby is here, because they didn't have a phone to pick up and just be like, oh yeah, you know, shit is cool. And they had friendships that lasted. So I like last night I was really thinking about that, and like, damn, I feel like the phone, being able to text somebody, social media has really made it to where instead of us just being able to like quickly check on somebody or like quickly connect with somebody, it has desensitized us in a way where we like think that we know people, or we think that we have these type of friendships with people, and we really don't. And I think that I guess I can't say I can agree that group chats, not checks, group chats like depersonalize, if that's a word, relationships. Because if I do have a relationship with, I'll use our group chat for example, like, and I think all of our friends know it's true, like we all have been close, right, over the years. Some of us closer than others because like Ciara and Teray, y'all are best friends, so like y'all relationship is at a different level than like, I don't know, you and I don't know what your relationship is like with other people, but y'all are best friends, you get what I'm saying. And so I think that by us being like, our lives changing, we live in different places, we have, our time just looks different. I think we sometimes assume that people feel, they know that we love them, they feel that we love them, because it's like, yeah, like we go way back and we in this group chat and we might not talk all the time, but you get it. But like, we don't necessarily know. And that was kind of like a magnifying glass was put on that, because one of my friends was like talking about something, and I'm almost like, are you talking about me? Because I don't be calling you all the time. And I just was like, in an attempt to stop apologizing for things that I'm not apologetic about, I was just like, I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to do better, because I'm not going to. Like, and I know that sounded crazy. I was just like, when I pick up my phone, when we do talk, and I make the mistake of like comparing. I'm like, you know, I don't even talk to such and such that much. Like, you are not the only person. And they just went on to say like, oh, well, I see you on social media and all of that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, y'all got way too much access to me. Like, even before we got on here to record today, I was like, I think I'm going to change my number and I'm going to delete my social media for a month, because people have way too much access, and thinking like I need to do the reverse. People don't understand. Like, I do love you, but just because I'm not writing in a group chat, or just because I'm not texting you directly, like, that don't mean I love you any less. Like,
I think, okay, there's so many things like about what you said that I need to respond to before Teray gets her thoughts out.
I'm
because
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like at this age, I almost don't care. Like,
and that's why I don't talk to y'all about stuff like this all the time, because I know that y'all agree with me.
But I also feel like if this is what's going to make you not be my friend, then I really don't want to be friends. Like, obviously, if a friend of mine comes to me and says, I feel like we don't really talk that often. I want to change that. Okay, fine. But if you come at me like, oh, why you don't talk to me? I see you posting with this person, that person. We're not friends anymore. I'm done. Like, because I do not care to argue with you about it. I really don't. I have enough stuff going on in my life. And the type of person that I am, it's like, there are always, like, I have, of course, like, I don't like using the best friend word, but obviously Tere's my best friend. But it's like you build these different bonds with people, but Tere will always remain my best friend.
Right.
Well, one of them, because I have two. But I feel like at different points of your life, you are going to communicate and be closer with certain people because of whatever's going on in your life. Prime example, when I was pregnant, Yana was pregnant, I gave birth, Yana was still pregnant, whatever. Yes, Trey's my best friend, but her motherhood her motherhood journey is above me. Okay. She's at a different point. So yes, I can go to her and ask her like, or Trey, this is what I'm going through right now. But she's going to come from a place of like, okay, let me give you some advice and help you out in this and the third, which is great. But also if I talk to somebody who's in the thick of what I'm going through right now, it's a different type of conversation. Right. And that's why I understand what Tere's saying. Like when she was going through her pregnancy, she didn't have another sounding board. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like with different friends, or even, for example, I had a friend who was going through something, and yes, I would lend a little bit more of my attention because I knew that person was going through something. And I know myself, I can't be present in my household and be giving out all this attention everywhere. So yes, I'm sorry, friend. You, my other friend, I love you. I'll probably only call you once this week where I normally would call you every day, because this other friend over here, they need me to contact them a little bit more this week. So I'm sorry if you're upset, but I can't give that to you right now, because if I'm spreading all my energy everywhere, by the time my husband come home and I gotta deal with my kid, I don't have the patience.
And that's
so
the priority. Sorry. It's real. That's just what the priority is. Like you gotta focus on where your feet are planted. I seen that somewhere this week, and I'm like, yeah. When did we as a society get away from like focusing on that? Like even the fact that you feel like, oh, I gotta balance this, or somebody won't feel like I don't care about them. Yeah, but if your household not balanced, if like where you planted is all over the place and you everywhere but where you physically are in that moment, then what?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think it's more like what you said, Michelle. It's about access. Like people just want to have access to you. If they see you out at dinner, then it's like, oh, she has free time. If they see you at Target because you posted you're at Target, then they're like, oh, well, clearly she has free time. It's like, no, actually, I scheduled to have this time. I don't have free time. Free time is I'm just sitting. And sometimes free time, I don't want to spend it with nobody else. I don't owe you that. So I think sometimes, to your point, Michelle, social media has allowed people to kind of step out of their lane.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's none of your business what I'm doing.
I don't think it's social media, y'all. I think it's us. I think it's our generation. Well, I honestly feel like...
But I think that most of it is just social. I say social media just because that's primarily where everybody goes to see what their other parties in their life are doing, because people don't have a lot of personal relationships. So I think like social media also, like group chats, have taken people out of having interpersonal relationships. Like I know that I can call Ciara individually and have a whole conversation. I can call Michelle individually and have a whole conversation. I don't look at it like, okay, we didn't talk for a week. I don't be like, oh my God, what's wrong? Does she hate me? Like, what's happening? Oh, I see her hanging out with her other friend. Oh, she wants to be with her other friends. Like people just, because what they see is like, they just... like they just take things so personally, and it's not that. Like, okay, it's not your time, friend. Maybe I didn't want to hang out with you. Maybe I haven't seen this person in 6 months. You don't know, but people just be so creating stories in their head, and sometimes that comes from whatever's going on in their personal life, that now they're just throwing that shit onto you. But I think when you what I mean, like when people just kind of step out of their lane, is like now when you're like, you're bringing it to me and you're trying to compare my friendships. I got a problem with that, because it's like, no, you're out of place. You're out of your lane. Just because you see me on the internet, please just understand, you see what I want you to see.
Of course. And
That is
everybody should know that because everybody does it.
But people don't. People take things so to heart and they take it so personally that it's just like.
But I feel like
did
even
you pick
that is
up the phone and
bullshit.
call said
I feel
person
like
and be like,
people
hey,
use that. They use that as a sounding board or an excuse or a reason to get some shit off their chest that they've been wanting to say in the first place.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's just like if you see somebody and it's just like, okay, you have now it makes you upset, like you have a problem with that. Did you pick up the phone and call said person and say, hey, this is how I feel about this. I feel like anytime that I offer for us to hang out or whatever, it's kind of like you're busy or I feel like you don't have the time for it, but you see X, Y, and Z. Cool. Those are valid feelings. You could bring that, but I don't have to be like, oh, okay, well, we can hang out. Maybe I just don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah, and
maybe there's another issue going on that maybe we should address. That.
Yeah,
but people don't want to be
addressed.
I think a lot of times people just want to be seen, and that's really it. People want the appearance to be like, oh, I have a lot of friends. I have shit going on in my life. Like I can post going to brunch and I can post doing all of these different things. Okay, cool. That's your thing. But some people really, it's not that big of a fucking deal. And I think that, like, to stay on topic of like group chats, I think group chats kind of take that away because it even in group chat settings, people give you what they want to give you. Because it's in a group setting. If you're in a group chat and it's such a mixed bag of people, there are going to be some people that you may naturally be close with that really know the shit that you might be going through or what you think about something, but you're not going to say that to the general population.
Yeah.
So now the idea that people have of you is not 100% factual.
Yeah.
You only really get that. Or I feel like you really kind of know a person when you have like intimate relationships with just like one-on-one people.
Yeah.
But I think the problem with that, and I'm just going to be honest, I'm trying to keep this as like not detailed as possible. However, I feel like at one point, all of us in our lives have been oversharers to people we probably shouldn't have overshared to. And so once you open your eyes and we're like, damn, I got to stop oversharing with this person or in general, they're going to feel that and then feel some sort of way because like, oh, wait, hold on, you withholding tea. Why? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not worth having a conversation because if I sat down and said, hey, I don't want to tell you this information because the last time I told you some information, bitch, you messy. And I feel like you judging this person or doing that. I came to you in confidence because I thought we was girls and that's it. But you, instead of leaving that conversation where it was, you're bringing it all the way over here. And now every time another topic comes up, you have this idea and you feel the need to say certain things that you shouldn't say. And I feel like that's why my thing, what I personally don't really care for serious relationships and group chats is because I'm someone that I typically never agree with people, not in a like malicious way, but the way my mind and thought process is just not how a lot of people think, especially when you're having conversations about relationships or just whatever us girls talk about. So in my feelings, I feel like anytime I'm in a group chat and I give my opinion, it becomes like, not always, but a lot of times it becomes like, okay, these people believe this way because of whatever their viewpoint or how they view life is. And they're going to gang up together. And then they're going to look at you as you debate. And now here comes the group think in the group chat. And I don't feel comfortable I don't feel comfortable speaking my piece because I thought this was a safe place for me to be like, yeah, I don't agree with y'all, but that's cool. I'm not about to be in here calling them dumb bitches. Right. But it's like, if we in a group chat, everybody, if y'all agree and I don't, that's fine. We can move on. But a lot of times when that group think happens and now you got these two people texting off in the side talking about why the fuck Ciara coming in a chat saying blah, 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 blah. And instead of, and that's fine because we all do it, but it doesn't stay there. Y'all bring that energy back to the group chat. Not y'all, but I'm saying people will bring that energy back to the group chat. And now it's discourse amongst the group. And now a bitch got feelings about me that I didn't even know you have feelings about. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm trying to keep this very PG, but at the same time, it's like, that's why I don't really care about the whole group chat shits, because it's like, all right, if we're friends on the surface level, then let's just be friends on a surface level, because I know that if I come to you with more deeper conversation or different things, it's not going to be received well, because you still holding on to shit from I don't even know when, that I don't even know about, but I know it's something. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like within the group chat and groups of friends in general, there are always going to be people who are closer, whether that's close across the board, like you guys are saying, or close at different points in their lives, and that's okay. But I feel like a lot of people, because they experience so much turmoil in their own personal lives and relationships, they can't handle that shit.
I think that I don't know how this is gonna come off, but I feel like my issue with group chats is that I'm starting to realize why, like, somebody has said to me in the past, like, you have a lot of friends. And it's not that I have a lot of friends. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's what happens when you go to college. Like, you meet a lot of people.
Socialize.
Yeah, you socialize. Like, you are connected to a lot of people. And it's just gotten to the point where, like, for me, I don't take offense when people, all right, I'll explain later, but I don't take offense that people don't check on me, because I have just gotten used to it being like, it's one or two people who I know be like, what's going on? Or like, we just talk about what's been going, like, it just naturally comes. To other people, they be like they call like after a month, and it's like, and I think that, like, I'm okay with that, but like, we don't need to do that every day. Like, I think when it gets to the point where it's like every day, and I don't think people understand, I don't talk to anybody like every single day or every single hour, every single day. Sometimes I need me. And so I think that group chats have been beneficial for that reason, because I do feel like I can stay connected, but also I'm not the type of person that I'm up in arms because I ain't speak to somebody in a while, because sometimes I don't answer my phone. Like, I do screen calls because I don't be having it for nobody. And that might be because I'm not, like, I have no shortage of community. Like, community is not an issue for me, whereas it is for other people. And I'll be trying to like be understanding, but it's also like, on the other end, I can't build community for you. Like, and you can have mine. Like, this is my community. Stay out. But yeah, like, there's no shortage of people. I don't feel unloved. I just be like, I'm just in a weird space that's like, it looks different, and I think I'm in the era of like, I need to cater to me. So my selfishness of like not individually reaching out, like, I will work on it, but like, I don't think right now is the time that I'm going to work on it. That sounds terrible.
No, it's the truth, because I feel like there are certain times where I'm like, okay, I do need to reach out to this person more, and I'll do that, but it's not going to be on a consistent basis. Like, that's just not realistic to me. And I also think that, like, for me personally, people might look at me and feel like, oh, Ciara ain't going through nothing. And it's like, well, guess what? I'm never going to tell you if I am going through something anyway. Just kind of like,
just to assume that you ain't the person I need to tell that to anyway. Like,
exactly. So it's like, if I was, you would never know it anyway. So it's kind of like, I don't really care as far as the whole checking up thing. Like, at one point I did care, like, dang, why I always got to be a strong friend? Don't nobody ask me how I'm doing. Not nobody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm looking at the range of list of friends that I have, I can name about maybe 4 that will come check on me if they feel something is going on, opposed to this long list of people who have, quote unquote, had access to me. And at one point that bothered me, but now I feel like, that's also probably my doing, because I saw a trait, like a character flaw in you, that didn't allow me to be vulnerable and open up to you enough to make a comfortable space for you to come to me and check on me, because you really don't know shit about me like that. So there's nothing to check up on.
And sometimes nothing is wrong with that. Like, everything ain't for everybody.
But I had to learn that.
Yeah, everything's not for everybody. Sometimes you only need this core group of people that we have a real in-depth relationship. If I'm really going through something, I know that I can pick up the phone, no judgment, no nothing. I can say it exactly how my brain is thinking it, and I can be like, okay, I got it out now, and be done with the conversation. Or I can be like, okay, well, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, boom, I open the space up for you to give me your opinion. And I think it's very seldom that people have those relationships where that is just mutually respected and understood. Sometimes everything is not about advice. Sometimes it's just, I need a sounding board to take the shit out of my head and get it out. I have to dump it somewhere. Everybody needs that. Whether it's just one person or if it's 4 people, that's fine. But it doesn't have to be the whole gamut of people that you know. Sometimes I feel like group chats, like we said, can be beneficial. Like, okay, I can keep up with a bigger amount of people all in one space. But even within that space, sometimes if somebody says something or a conversation is had, and it's like, if I walk away from the conversation, I'm like, I don't really like how that went. I know that I can individually reach out to that person. I don't have to bring it back to the group.
Right.
I can just individually talk to that person, even though me and that person might not talk every single day. I'm like, okay, we can have this conversation. It be done. That conversation doesn't have to go to other members of the group. You don't have to go back into the group chat. Sometimes it's just like, boom, that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And move on. I don't know. I think sometimes outside of, I think that certain people put a lot of stock into things like, okay, if we in this group chat, we've been in this group chat since college, or, you know, or whatever. Some people hold stock into it as like, okay, these are my friends, just because sheerly for the fact that we speak in some capacity every day. When really,
but
that's not the case.
But I also think it can be, because it goes back to the conversation we had in our earlier episodes about levels of friendships. Like, yeah, we're friends, but we're not as close in our interpersonal relationships.
And that's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, some people take the group chat and they apply it like, okay, we are close, like we like this. And it's like, no, just because you talk every day in some capacity, y'all not really, if you really break it down, you're not really talking about shit that warrants or leans towards a intimate interpersonal relationship.
Do you think this still applies in a situation where, okay, let's say there's a group chat, right? And 2 people, they're really close at one point in time because of lifestyles and whatever else is going on. They hang out all the time. They do this, they do that. They talk about whatever's going on. In the group chat, everybody's cool, A couple years go by, and now it's like, we're not really close anymore, but I still count you as a close friend because we were close at one point. But right now, I wouldn't really count you as a close friend, but I still count you as a close friend just because of longevity. So does that count?
I feel like,
I think that's kind of like, that has like a lot of nuance in there.
Yeah.
If it's a situation where we really just kind of, I guess, separated a little bit, then no.
Not even separated, but it's just like,
I mean, like, we still know each other.
In my life, there's nothing that I want to talk to you about.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I think that that's different, because that's the same as regular relationships. Sometimes you'll have, like, I've talked to this person every single day for 3 years. And then life throws a curveball at somebody, and it's like, actually, I no longer have the time to talk to this person every single day for the next 3 years. But
is it wrong for that person to think that, y'all are still close friends?
No, because I don't think that you guys are not no longer close friends.
Right.
It's just the frequency in which you speak has now changed. But you still know that you're close friends, that, okay, if something was like, if that person called you and was like, okay, I need help, I need advice, you're still have that level of care for that person, then you're still close friends, and vice versa. Now, when it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you need something, you need support, that person needs support, and the other is just not there at all, and you're prefacing it like, hey, I need help, I need support, and then it's just like not reciprocated, then you can be like, okay, clearly we're no longer close friends. I could still have love for you, but we no longer have that level of friendship. The friendship has now changed, and now it's more of like an acquaintance type shit. No beef.
Yeah, you kind of explain,
just not
like, our relationship. Like, we used to work together. Yeah, like
Yeah.
me and we used to live together, and we don't live together obviously anymore. But we used to talk to each. We did every single thing together, and then we didn't live together, and we talked to each other a little less. To me, that's just the way the world spins. I think if somebody else had that relationship with you, and it's like, oh, we don't live together, we don't talk no more, they'd be like, that bitch don't love me, that bitch don't care about me. But like, to me, it's very normal to like not be college roommates anymore, and then still maintain a relationship as two adults now who have children and now who are married. Like, that is just the way the world spins, and I think that is my issue. Like, people don't understand that things change, but that don't mean that the relationship change. And like, maybe our relationship does look a lot different than what it looked like in college, but I've never
our
said like,
lifestyles and we look different. Not,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never said like, oh, like Ciara don't fuck with me. It's just
different.
And maybe I'm just too passive about relationships, I guess.
But I also
like,
think for me, the issue is that I have a way of like letting people into my life, and then I get sucked into their life, and then I become like this thing in their life, and in their mind we're a lot closer than we are in my mind. Like in my mind I'm like, oh yeah, we're friends, but in their mind we're like best friends. And it's like, I guess it's because I open the space for comfortability and non-judgment, so people just come and dump on me, but I never dump back. So I'll be really feeling like in my head, have you ever realized that like you dump on me, but I don't dump on you? So like, why are you mad because you feel like I have this relationship with this person or this relationship with that person? Why are you comparing the two? Because the thing, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
real bad.
I feel like that's I feel like that boils down to a boundary issue. And really, that boils down to a boundary issue on your end. That it's like, okay, if you're not in a space where you want a friendship that basically it is that, like, okay, I can come to you, I can lean on you for support, I can share my personal information with you. If you know that you're going into a relationship with that person, like you mentioned, like sometimes you might see something in the person like, I don't like how you move, so boom, automatically I'm shutting that down. We're not even opening that door. If you allow them to now kind of, you create that space of comfortability, yeah, they're going to be like, okay, I could tell her everything. And now they running with this wild thing in their head, like, no, actually, we don't have that kind of relationship. Now it's one-sided. So now that person is upset because they're like, okay, well, I feel like me and Ciara are this kind of friend. Then when they find out that's not how you feel, now they mad. But that's a boundary issue. It's like, okay, we can have conversation, but up to a certain point. Like, I don't need you to tell me your deepest, darkest thoughts because this ain't it. I'm not your therapist.
But some people,
if that's what you're seeking, you got to go find professional help. I'm not your diary. Get a journal, get something.
But when I say it's a problem.
Yeah, but I think that's like my Captain Save-A-Ho complex. Like, I can see somebody like, damn, they need a friend. Let me be their friend. But it's like, I'm your friend, but you're not really my friend.
Like, exactly. That's a boundary thing. Sometimes it's just like, it's okay to compartmentalize things. Like, you may have a friend like, all we do is smoke together. That's it. That's my smoking friend. That's all we fucking do. You have your influencer friends. This is all that we talk about. We're not, the second we start crossing over into other boundaries, it's like, wait, the relationship is now changing, and both people have to agree to be in a relationship. We cannot have one-sided things.
Right. This is not consensual, babe.
This is not consensual. I don't consent to us having this kind of relationship. So let's not even do it. Let's keep it for what it is. If we naturally together start to move in a different direction, cool, that's fine. But everybody has to be on the same page. And the second that one person is ahead of the other, that's when problems pop up.
That's true.
That's
just
when,
like in a romantic relationship.
Yes, that's when issues start to pop up. That's when people start feeling like, okay, that's when people start stepping out of their lane. It's because you didn't set the proper boundary to be like, no, this is this. We don't have that.
Yeah. I have had to have a very awkward conversation, and I think that Teray would be proud of this, but I'm not, because it makes me uncomfortable that I've always been the person that's like, I feel like I've always been passive, and I kind of just been like, okay, like I never addressed, or I didn't like confrontation, but like now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, that's a sign of somebody who doesn't communicate well. We're not going to do that anymore. And I think to other people, they're like, oh yeah, you should be like that. It's good for you to be like that. But it's until it's them. It's until I gotta also be like that and enforce that boundary with them. And so like recently I had to tell somebody, like they were comparing a relationship, and I was just like, me and you ain't even near. Like we like don't bring them up, because my relationship with them is something that me and you are not, and it offended them. And I'm just like, oh, you used to me not saying anything, and that's the problem. Like I addressed you and I let you know, keep their name out your mouth, and you don't like that. But like, damn, like I feel like it's always two extremes with me. Like I'm either going to be quiet and just like kind of just take the lashing, like, and just deal with how people feel and be apologetic for it, or I'm a bitch. And I hate that, because why does it make me a bitch that I'm putting you in your place? I'm setting that boundary. But those boundaries are important, because I can't just let you walk around here thinking that, oh, I'm upset, so I'm going to compare relationships and I'm going to bring other people in it. Like, no, address what the real problem is. You need community. And like, I can't be that only community for you. And like, I just recently had like not a falling out, but like a conversation with somebody, and they were like, well, you didn't tell me that you were going through all of this. And I was like, I'm not going through anything. Regular life is happening. And I just I cannot be, you cannot see me right now. Like, it's not a tragedy that's happened in my life. Things are actually going well, but real life shit just happened, and I can't. Like, I don't want every time I say no to be like this, oh my God, like, I don't know if this is the proper use of it, like a canon event. No, my no is just no, because I don't want to. Like, that's not my thing anymore. Or like, I'm just like, if I do that, I'm going to be spending so much of myself that by the time I get back to my kid, that, surprise, I actually like her. I love her. I like to be around her. I ain't gonna have nothing left for her. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to sacrifice that. So I just hate that, like, my no looks like, oh, you being a bitch, or you not being a good friend. So maybe you're right. I do need to start clipping away, but I'm trying not to be one of the people who just walk away from everybody, because now all of a sudden I learned how to walk away, so I'm just walking away from everybody. Like,
but some people just can't take having a boundary within a friendship. It's like, why is it a problem that this is the relationship? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't see the issue. Why is there an issue? And I think it boils down to, like you said, that person is looking for a community, and they see you as said community, and it's like, I can't give you that. Like, that's not, I don't have the capacity.
Yeah. Or why does it have to be catastrophic for like there to be empathy? I think
it's important for people to remember that community is not singular. If you're looking for it to just be one person, that's not really going to happen, because you constantly only being able to turn to one person in all facets of your life becomes exhausting. Then being your friend is now exhausting. Yeah. It's like, this is not a two-way street, because one person has multiple and one person only has you. So whether it's good, bad, ugly, they are only going to come to you. So now it feels like every single time I talk to them, it's something. And sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you be like, could you please go talk to your other friends about this? Like, it cannot just be a dump session every single time we speak. It just can't be.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, you need to have something different. And when people don't have that, it's very hard to understand and respect the boundary. That's why it becomes such a catastrophic event, because they can't handle it, because they don't understand it. And it's clear by the way that they operate. Okay. Well, bad bitches have technical difficulties as well. Ciara is actually recording from a hotel. So, as you people probably know, like hotel Wi-Fi, I swear to God, is the shittiest thing on earth. Like nothing is better.
It's definitely
Nothing is worse than hotel Wi-Fi, and it always fucks up when you need to do something. It just be like, come on, dog. Like, I feel like it's one of those things you have to go into the lobby of the hotel if you want to get the best signal. The shit in the rooms is only for your phone. If you want to do anything else, maybe it's not for that. Not for that at all.
Yeah.
Don't do it. So, shit happens. Shit fucking happens.
We hope you enjoyed us talking about. I don't even think we stayed on topic, but
I mean, I feel like it'd be so hard to stay 100% on topic just because, like, I be trying to just throw general things out there and just to see where our brains take us and we can go in that direction. But I feel like some things are just multifaceted. There she is.
Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen you
now. She's
so
in portrait mode. Well, she's in landscape mode.
There we go.
There we go.
I was about to say, we got to finish this like this.
No, we was just telling people you are in a hotel and how hotel Wi-Fi is just the shittiest thing on earth.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so
it literally would it will ruin your whole fucking day.
Like
I was submitting my taxes. What?
I was doing something important and the shit just wasn't working. So, well, here we are with the shit just not working.
No, not to go off on a tangent, but literally.
Your picture's not up there, Ciara. Oh, there we go.
Okay, not to go off on a tangent, but literally, the Wi-Fi was out like the whole first day. And for those of you who are listening, I'm in New Orleans. It has rained every day, literally, since we've been here. It's hurricane season. And so, yeah, but guess what? Rain ain't stopping no show. And I said, all right, the Wi-Fi's out. Matt, let's go play some Uno downstairs. Let's play pool. Shit, let's go to the mall. Got me a new bag. Like, I'm not a sit in a room ass bitch, but we both had work we needed to get done. So it was actually very important for us to have this Wi-Fi. So the whole first day we had no Wi-Fi. The second day it was choppy. Today it was actually perfect. The issue I found out was my laptop was plugged in, but the charger was just messed up in the wall. I don't know.
I hate that in hotels. Like why y'all don't have proper...
Why does this outlet not work? It says charging, but you're actually not charging my device.
Yeah, no. See, that'll piss me off right there.
Getting a bad review.
Can I tell you about how I got a free room for Mother's Day?
Yeah.
So I went to this hotel and I went to this specific, I booked the hotel and I canceled it because I booked this specific hotel because it had a spa. I got there, I checked in, and it's a beautiful hotel, Short Hills, New Jersey. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go to the spa in the morning. They got a pool, 3 restaurants. I get to the door. I was like, the check-in. I said, I'll take a bottle of Moet, a bottle of Prosecco. Like they got many bottles. Y'all know I wasn't in there.
God damn.
I wasn't in there acting food. I was like, I want to have that. I want to have the Moet for the spa. And he was like, man, we closed the spa during COVID. I said, that's the only reason I booked y'all. And he was like, I'm so sorry. So I went on upstairs in my room. The room was gorgeous. I only recorded myself in the mirror because I was tired. I'm sorry. I did not get content. But the next morning, as I'm like getting dressed, slow wake up, I'm acting like I'm in a reality TV show. I start hearing water coming down from the ceiling over the light in the shower because it was like lights in the shower. And I'm like, maybe did I leave the water on? So I'm like, what's going on? So I peek my head in the shower. Water is just like raining. The water off water's raining from the bathroom above me. And I was like, okay. So I looked in the closet. It's water damage in the closet because the closet is up against the shower. So I was like, let me just hurry up and get myself together. I recorded it. I'm glad I recorded it because I went downstairs. I was like, yeah, y'all should check the room over me because I think that it's flooding. Like, I think something overflowed or something.
Oh my
and it was in my
gosh.
room. So she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, and I was like, oh, I actually have a video. So she watched it. She was like, you weren't going to show me this. We're going to just have to comp your room because that's ridiculous. Like, that should never happen. You could have got hurt because the water was coming out the light bulb. And I was just like, this is bad. But I was like, okay, like, that's fine. You know, things happen. And she was looking at me like I was crazy. But I just checked out of a hotel that I don't got to pay for on Mother's Day. I don't care about nothing. And I'm on my way to brunch. Just comp my room and I'll be on my way. But I was just like, damn, why shit that like that don't happen to me all the time? Because a free room, that room was like almost $300 for one night. I said, yeah, great. Awesome. Love that.
And now it's free. We love some free shit, okay?
I was like, yeah, it's unfortunate for y'all. Like, not for me. I already took my shower, shit.
Listen, not your water trickling down on the person below you.
At least it wasn't over the bed.
Girl, I would have lost my shit. Truly, it's bad enough that hotels for room service they bring all your stuff in plastic. I'm like, I can't even take a picture of this and it be pretty. Like, this shit is ugly. Everything in plastic. They don't even bring it on a cart no more. They bring you a little cafeteria tray. Yeah.
Well, at least you got your room comp, so we got a little freeness. I mean, that was a month ago, but you know, whatever. Yeah, free shit. We love that. Yeah, so that's it for today. Ciara can go back and enjoy New Orleans. Eat something for me.
Oh, baby, I know I didn't gain about 7, 10 pounds, 15 pounds.
Oh, my Lord.
Eat something for me, drink something strong, and don't do anything that I wouldn't do.
It ain't much, so...
I was about to say, like... Oh, and you can get palm read. That's something Teray would do. Teray don't feel shit.
Listen, y'all know my husband is African. We walk past so many palm readers. He's like, He said, "Is this real?" I said, "Well, I wouldn't go to one on the street, but there are some spiritual. There are some spiritual psychics or readers that I would go to." And he goes, "Not them though." I was like, "No, not them, not them." He's so African.
Yeah, it's a lot of scams that happen on Bourbon Street. Don't give nobody money on Bourbon Street.
No, I would never. Honestly, I would never go into one on Bourbon Street. But off the street, if they got a whole little shop, going up in there.
I need to do research because the spirits. But I will tell y'all my full experience offline because I've learned a lot about Bourbon Street, Frenchman Street, all the streets. Today we are going to go back to the French Quarter because we're staying in the French Quarter, but our hotel's a little bit ducked off a little bit, which I absolutely loved. Because New Orleans has been a time. I will say that.
It's loud.
It's not even loud. It's just, we'll save that for another time. We'll do a recap once you get back from your trip because at that point, all three of us would have been there.
I just found out that I am going during Pride. So now I've been there during 3 different big things.
It's Pride right now.
Yeah, Pride is going to go into, I think it's over on the 12th or something like that. I leave the 11th. So I'm like, I get to do hot girl shit, gay shit. All right, you know what I mean by gay shit. I get to do gay shit. They have a wine and food festival during that time. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be hot, but it's going to be worth it.
I definitely feel like we've been to a lot of different cities, but I feel like this is somewhere, if we want to get a quick weekend, trip, let's go somewhere for the weekend and party and eat good food, I would absolutely come back here a million times over. Yeah,
you could literally go with, I wouldn't suggest this. I've never done this. So I wouldn't suggest this. You can go with $200 and have the time of your fucking life.
I don't know about that. Because the way I like to eat.
No, but I mean, if you're
baby, that $200 is spent in one restaurant. I have no more money for the rest of the trip.
Yes,
I can't do that.
But if you go and you solely go to the hole in the walls, you get good authentic
or
food,
go to
you can have a fucking ball.
The French market and stuff. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl, my $200 will still be gone in one day. How? I don't know, but my shit'll be gone. I need more money. I can't try.
It's very spend money like a drug dealer.
Can't help it. I'm so sorry. I really try. I try so hard. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to yet another episode. I never intro the episode. Oh well, it's episode 23. Toodles.
Ciao.